welcome. My name is Jill, and today we're going to be talking about environment mapping. When creating environments within your LaunchDarkly projects, it's important to do so in a way that minimizes operational overhead while allowing your teams to easily manage their release workflows. In this video, we'll walk through the key considerations and best practices for mapping your deployment environments to environments in LaunchDarkly. LaunchDarkly environments don't need to map exactly to your deployment environments, and generally speaking, less is more. There are two primary boundaries we want to think about when setting up environments in LaunchDarkly. One is delivery, meaning that each SDK instance connects to a single environment and receives the targeting rules or flag evaluations based on that environment. You want to avoid having multiple SDK instances running in the same place if possible, as this can lead to added complexity. The second boundary is governance, meaning that things like approval workflows are enforced at a per environment level, so we encourage enforcing more strict levels of governance in production environments than in pre-production. It's best practice to create separate environments when there are hard security or compliance boundaries, for example, a public versus federal instance. You should also create separate environments when you have significantly different change control processes and threat models. A common example of this is pre-production versus production environments. Another best practice is to consolidate multiple deployment environments into a single LaunchDarkly environment when there are converging rules. For example, if you have multiple dev environments for different teams or developers, we would typically recommend consolidating those into one environment in LaunchDarkly so that you don't have to worry about syncing flags and flag states. And if individual teams or developers need to test specific behavior, you can do this using targeting rules instead of spinning up new environments. And in the same vein, creating ephemeral environments on a per pull request or per developer basis creates a lot more overhead and complexity with syncing than consolidating environments and utilizing targeting rules and context instead. A good rule of thumb here is that if the basis of your needs are to change the behavior for a specific audience, it's better to do that using targeting rules rather than creating new environments. Instead of creating developer-specific environments, you can use user targeting or custom attributes to enable flags on a per developer basis. And developers working in local environments can also use SDK wrappers or use mocking frameworks to override flag behavior without connecting to LaunchDarkly. And instead of creating environments for specific pull requests, you can use a custom attribute to pass the pull request as part of the context, which allows you to create rules based on that value. Ultimately, when mapping your environments in LaunchDarkly, think about grouping environments by process, divergence, and control boundaries, and consolidating environments where possible, relying on custom attributes to achieve your desired behavior. Thank you, and I hope this was helpful.